Here we are, Shenandoah National Park. They're on the Rocky Top overlook right now, which is beautiful. As you can see, a lot of the fall color is coming in really well. And we're heading for Big Meadows Campground. So, gonna be a great trip. I got 3 nights up at Big Meadows Campground, and then 2 full days of hiking and the last morning before I leave. And I'll probably do a little exploring around today as well. But yeah, gonna be a beautiful trip. I'm really looking forward to exploring this area and getting another video out for you guys. So I hope you like it, and we'll get moving. Gotta pull off and check out this overlook. Bacon Hollow Overlook. I love bacon. Got our site all set up. He says our pass should already be on our post. We are site 23. Oh, nice. We're right on the path here. And there's my tent, or my tag. So I'm all set. We'll see you guys at the campsite then once I get some stuff logged back. Okay, so the Jeep's over there. And the campsites are over here. They're a little closer together than I'd like, but pretty nice. You got your picnic table, bear box from site 23, campfire ring, and then I got my tent set up over here. So that should work pretty well. Just gonna make sure everything's set here, and then I'm probably gonna head up to the lodge and see about getting some firewood and kind of get a lay of the area, and then I'll check in then. Alright, got camp all set up. Got some firewood from the over by the showers here at the campsite. There's some firewood over there. I'm gonna go check out this little Story of the Forest trail. I don't know if it's marked on here or not. Amphitheater Nature Trail, yeah. So it's gonna be up this way. Actually, I think that's the way I'd return originally. But yeah, I'm gonna go this way, see if I can find a little more firewood. The firewood at camp here is fairly expensive. It's $7 for a bundle with about 7 or 8 pieces of wood in it. So not exactly cheap, but it gives me some good dry split wood. And then I'm gonna see if I can find some other stuff, maybe some kindling and all that back here quick. Just see what this trail's all about, and then get back to camp, get dinner started, and then get a fire going, and we'll be in business. Alright, well, I suppose while I'm getting firewood, I can go over with y'all kind of what the plan for this trip is. So I've got, I think it's a total of 6 hikes, if I'm not mistaken. 12 miles tomorrow, 12 miles Thursday, and then just a couple miles before I leave on Friday. But I'm going to be doing all sorts of hikes. I'm going to do Stony Man, Hawksbill, the Upper White Oak Falls, the Lewis Falls, which is nearby campground here, and then the Pinnacles and Mary's Rock area, which should be really pretty. So yeah, should be pretty challenging. Lots to see, lots of views, waterfalls and things like that. So I'm just going to finish up getting some firewood here. Speaking of, Honestly, I probably could have collected enough firewood for the whole night just from the woods around me and not have had to buy any. But I suppose I'll be glad to make sure I have enough, considering it's supposed to get pretty cool, so it'll be good to have a good fire. But yeah, I'll get some firewood and get back to camp and get dinner going. Alright, good morning. It is Wednesday morning. It's about 7:15 in the morning. Got up early, wanted to get an early start on today. It got pretty cool last night. We got frost on the ground right now, if that says anything. So, in the Jeep now, of course, and getting ready to head out. I think our first hike for today is going to be the South River, or I'm sorry, not the South River, the Rosevere loop. Which is just a little ways up Skyline Drive from the campground here. And there's a bunch of deer walking through the campground, just very timid. They don't, or I shouldn't say very timid. They're not very timid, because they don't run away or anything when you get by them. They'll just let you film them. But yeah, we'll get heading over there. My filming at camp is unfortunately going to be a little limited because I've got neighbors. There's my alarm going off. You know, I've got neighbors, so if I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm not going to sit there and try to start filming at camp and disturb my neighbors, of course. So we'll just go ahead and mosey along. I'll probably just grab a 5-hour energy drink. I've got some of these granola bite deals from Nature Valley. They look pretty good. Call that breakfast, and we'll get moving. Alright, so what we should have to do is take a left here onto Skyline Drive. Some really beautiful views of this meadow with the sunrise going on. But yeah, take a left here, and then we're gonna go ahead and head up to Fisher's Gap Overlook, and I should be able to hop on the Rosevere Loop Trail, or at least it's a connector trail to it. I'll have to double check my map, but I should be able to hop on there and get started on this hike. Alright, Rosevere Loop. That's what we're looking for. And then this is Fisher's Gap Overlook over there. This road that you can see. So if any of y'all are wondering, there's actually a separate little pull out and parking here. And then the trailhead should be right across. Yeah, this should be it. This here is Fire Road, Rosevere Fire Road. And then this should be the direction we come back from. Rosevere Fire Road, Appalachian Trail is 0.1 miles. Dark Hollow Falls is 1.1 miles. And the Rosevere Loop Trail is 1.1 miles. I'll show you quick here what we're doing. We are here at the Fisher's Gap Overlook. We're going to take the Fire Road down. Check out Dark Hollow Falls, which is about here. And take Rosevere Loop Trail back up, see Rosevere Falls, and take that back up to where we started. So I'm going to get moving because it's chilly. That figures. I'm about 50 feet onto the trail, and I realized I left my hiking stick back at the campground. Unfortunately, won't have it for this hike, but I should be heading back to the campground after this before my next hike, and I can grab it then. So not a big deal. So keep moving and see what this trail's got in store for us. hiking in cooler temperatures like this is no bugs. That might change as it gets warmer, but I am very happy about that. I do not like dealing with bugs, so it's nice to get out in the cooler weather and not have to worry about that. Yeah, I don't know, you might even be able to hear that on the camera, but I can definitely hear a good-sized river flowing fairly close. Got a sign coming up and another trail. Looks like that might be, probably is, Dark Hollow Falls Trail. I'm just going to check out this bridge up here and make sure we're in the right direction, and we'll get moving. Loop Trail, Fisher's Gap and Skyline Drive, Appalachian Trail that way, and Dark Hollow Falls, 0.2 miles. Now in that 0.2 miles, I want to say we gain about 250 feet in elevation, so it'll be steep, but shouldn't be very long. Oh wow, this is beautiful though. Wow. So on to Dark Hollow Falls Trail. Steep climb up to the falls, and then we'll get back down here to this trail and keep moving towards Rose River Falls. Absolutely beautiful. An awesome way to start the morning. Heading back down the 0.2 to the trail. Alright, we're almost back down to the trail. We'll keep moving along on the Rose River Loop. Oh, I can't get enough of it. Yeah, the fire road is to the right, so yeah, Rose River Loop Trail, 2.9 miles back to Skyline Drive, so we're about a little over a mile done with the hike, and about 3 miles to go. Got blue blazes on this trail, so we'll keep an eye out for those, and watch our step. There's a good little bit of water running through the trail here, so makes things a little slick. Wow, this trail is really pretty. I would definitely recommend this for anyone coming out here to hike, to go ahead and check out that Rose River Loop. And Dark Hollow Falls, while steep, was definitely worth the little climb up there. This year's gap is 1.7 miles, so we're a little over halfway done. Rosevere Falls is only a half mile away. Definitely starting to hit that uphill. I wonder if the whole way back's going to be like this. I want to say this might be the falls we're coming up on. Maybe not. It doesn't look tall enough. Okay, I think it was actually easier getting back up than getting down there. Alright, got another post here. It actually does look like an intersection. I better check my map. Fisher's Gap, 0.5 miles. Okay, that's the Skyline Big Meadows Horse Trail right there. We're going this way though. Got a half mile to go. Almost there. I'm starting to be able to hear Skyline Drive, so I think I'm getting fairly close. Alright, back at camp. Made myself some ramen for lunch. It's actually only about 10:45. What we're going to be doing, this is Big Meadows Campground. We're camped down here, and we're going to head up to the amphitheater up here for the trailhead, cross the AT and hit Lewis Falls Trail, follow that down to get to Lewis Falls and the observation point, and then continue on that up to the Appalachian Trail and follow the Appalachian Trail back to the amphitheater. Alright, we're over at the Big Meadows Amphitheater. Got my hiking stick this time. Here we are, Lewis Falls Trail and the Appalachian Trail. Be hitting both of those. AT on the way back. So let's get moving. Apparently I might have hopped on it up there, but this should be Lewis Falls Trail to the right. Lewis Falls is 1.2 miles. Appalachian Trail, of course. Following the blue blazes on Lewis Falls Trail, and then of course the AT will have the white blazes on the return. So should be about 3.3 miles, I want to say, round trip. I'm definitely losing some elevation now. Just ran into a couple people on the trail. They said apparently as I came by, I scared off a bear that they had just seen. So definitely keeping an eye in the direction that they said it went. It looks like it kind of went up to the ridge, but they did say it was kind of heading in the direction this trail runs. So we're going to keep our eyes open just in case it decides to make another appearance. But I didn't actually see it. They just said as soon as I came by, they were watching it and it ran off. So pretty cool. This really is a beautiful trail so far. It's fairly rocky, but it's a really lush forest. view and a waterfall, it really doesn't get any better than this. Oh, and plus, another group that ended up down there looking at the waterfall confirmed that they also saw a bear when they pulled in to get on the trail. I want to say this qualifies as our first switchback. Kind of rounded, but nonetheless. White blaze, that means the AT. And actually, from what I can tell from this map, we've already gained easily 400 feet in elevation by here. Actually, probably more like 450. And I want to say we've got about 300 feet worth of elevation to gain over the entire rest of the length of the AT that I'm going to be hitting. So, oh yeah, this is going to be good. This just made all the climbing worth it. Best view I've seen yet. Wow. Now that is a view. Really gotta watch your step, I'll show you. That's a long ways down. There's a blue double blaze, so yeah, and there's the post. Made it back. In fact, I can see the Jeep up that way. So we're gonna go ahead and scooch ourselves right on up to the parking lot. And get back to camp. So I'll see you there. Alright, well, I'm back at camp. Having a little Mike and Ike and Gatorade break. This is our next hike we're going to have, Stony Man. First way you can do it is you can hike straight up here and hit the summit. The way we're going to do it is we're going to take this Furnace Spring Horse Trail and then connect to the Passamaquoddy Trail. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And then up to the AT and grab the AT down, hit the summit, and take the AT back to parking. So altogether, I want to say it's 4 miles doing it that way, and that'll put us up at roughly 12 miles today, about a quarter mile less than 12 miles. So. I almost just kept driving, but this overlook is pretty amazing. Well, I got turned around for a minute, but finally made it here. A lot of people here. Let's get going. Alright, Furnace Spring Trail, 15 yards to the left. should be the Appalachian Trail. Past Macquarie Trail, Appalachian Trail South, the Little Stony Man Cliffs, 0.3 miles, and Stony Man Summit 1.1. Always nice to be back on the AT. Alright, almost up to the Little Stony Man Cliffs. I can see it opening up there. I can also hear people, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my other camera. I thought the last view was nice. What a view. This is Little Stony Man Summit, or Little Stony Man Cliffs, I should say. Just absolutely beautiful. There's that lake again down there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that is Stony Man, the formation on the mountain there. Right about center of the frame is where his nose is. And you can kind of see the trees make up his beard. You know, it's like he's laying on his back on the mountain. Pretty sure that's that. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Alright, well, seeing as the sign said it was 0.3 miles to here and 1.1 to the other Stony Man Summit, should mean we've got about 0.8 miles to go. So we'll keep moving. Nice little break up on top of Stony Man. Beautiful up there. That trail over here is where we came up. It's kind of cool. They've got the blaze inside of this tree. It's pretty neat. And then we're heading this way. Alright, so we're heading back down. It's only a little over a mile, and we're only losing like 150 or 200 feet in elevation or something like that. Right now it is 4:30, so I'm going to go ahead and guess that we're probably going to make it back by 5, and then we'll probably get back to camp by 5:30 at the latest. I'll tell you what, the deer here are not afraid of people. That deer was maybe 10 feet from me, 15 feet. Crossed right across the trail, right by the other people that were standing there taking pictures with me, so pretty cool. I can see some cars up here, so I don't fall. I just stubbed my toes more today than any other day hiking, I swear. Yeah, I can see the Jeep over there, so we made it back. And get back to the Jeep and get back to camp. Alright, back at camp. Got some firewood, as you can see. Alright, and we're back at camp. Grabbed a shower, although I think it'll probably be the only time I grab a shower because it's $1.75 for 5 minutes. So I just hurried along and got my 5 minutes in. Now I'm making dinner. And tonight it's going to be stuffing with chicken, veggies, and cranberries. Should be pretty good. And yeah, just gonna hang out here and eat now that I'm back at camp and relax, probably read my book, get a fire going, and call it a night. And then tomorrow we'll be back to hiking. So oh man, 7 a.m. but it sure is beautiful this morning. I think every morning I've woken up here so far there have been deer just running through the campground. It's about 7:30 a.m. I did end up getting up pretty early today, but that's good. I think it's going to be really pretty for our hike to do an early morning kind of deal. And I double checked my maps. The first hike for today is going to be the Pinnacles area. We're going to hike from Pinnacles picnic area to Mary's Rock Summit, and double checking the mileage on it, it was 7.2 miles, so about 7 miles round trip. It's an out and back hike. And then our second hike for today is going to be from the White Oak Canyon parking area to the Upper White Oak Falls, another out and back hike, and that one's going to be roughly 5 miles, maybe a little bit over 5 miles, a little not exactly sure, but it's about 5 miles. So we'll have about another 12-mile day today. We're going to start off with a lot of panoramic views and vistas, and then we'll come back for lunch after that hike probably, and then head out to do a waterfall hike for White Oak Canyon Falls. got a trail marker coming up. Should be for the Summit Trail. Mary's Rock, 0.1 miles. It's definitely a pretty rocky ascent, this last 0.1 miles. I think I see it opening up there, so we're pretty close. Well, we made it, guys. Mary's Rock. Ooh, this is gonna be good too. I can already tell. Wow. I think I'm actually able to get up there. I'm gonna see. I might be able to get like some 360 views up here. Looks like other people have gone here too. There's footprints in a little bit of dirt that's between these rocks. This is incredible. Almost 360-degree views. Alright, I'm on the way back down now. Here we are again. I'm back at the trail marker. The shelter's 0.7 miles away. And then we're going to hit that big uphill. But actually, before I keep moving on the trail, I'm just starting to feel a bit of a blister, I think, forming on my big toe. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that, put some moleskin on it right now. It's really, I've learned from experience, it's really better to take care of that kind of stuff right away. If you start feeling a blister forming, put some moleskin on it. It's going to save you a lot of heartache later. So we're going to stop, grab some water, get some moleskin put on, and we'll keep pushing. Go ahead and stick that on. And we're off. Yeah, like I said, you really want to get to that stuff as soon as you start to notice it, because I just maybe a tenth of a mile back before I stopped started noticing that toe was getting tender, and stopped, and sure enough I already have a blister forming on there. It's not even just a hot spot, it's an actual blister. So you definitely want to make sure you take care of that stuff quickly, and already just putting some moleskin on it and letting the sock dry out just a little bit while I was doing that. It's already feeling 100% better. Think about it, I don't think I actually showed you guys the inside of the hut here on the way through. This is Bird's Nest number 3 hut. It's pretty fancy. They got a nice fireplace, the hook for kettle, sleeping area. What do you know? Look what I found. Definitely gonna take a little water break and see what all people wrote here. or two of drizzle coming down. Hopefully it's not bad. This is the leading ridge trail though, so we're getting close. That's good. Here's the post for it. But yeah, around 1 o'clock, they did say there was like up to a 20% chance of rain, and it's like going on 12:30 now. So it's not, you know, impossible that there might be rain. Yeah, those clouds are a little dark. Doesn't look too bad though, but I still want to move it along. We're actually still 0.3 from the Pinnacles picnic area. And it is definitely raining a little now. I think I see the parking area. Yeah, I really pushed it in that last, apparently almost half mile. The rain has lightened up a little bit, but it's still coming down a little. Thankfully I had some cover from trees, so I didn't really get all that wet. But yeah, back at the parking area, so I will see y'all at camp. Brief obstacle before making lunch. Couple over there, one back there. Alright, got my biscuits and gravy almost rehydrated. Made some strong coffee. That should put some pep in my step, and I'm gonna get some ibuprofen in me because my legs are awfully sore. But we're gonna eat and drink that and then head out towards the White Oak Canyon trailhead up by Skyland. The trail's something like 5 miles, but it's a lot of elevation. It's gonna be pretty challenging. Probably one of the more difficult hikes of my trip. But yeah, it should be beautiful. A lot of streams, cascades, waterfalls. So we're gonna check that out. I'm gonna go ahead and just get my belly filled up, and I'll check in with you guys when I head out. Alright, here we go. Legs don't fail me now. Definitely sore, but we'll get this one done at the very least. White Oak Canyon Trail. We are going to be doing the blue section and just a little bit of the red section. So A to B is 2.3 miles one way, so 4.6 miles round trip. And they say it's easy to moderate here, but it is fairly challenging, and then especially with these three there, it's going to be steeper. So we'll get moving. That's kind of frustrating. I just noticed the little crack or smudge or whatever the heck you want to call it that's on my lens that's going to be on all these videos. I wish I would have realized it sooner. I would have just not used the case, but it's too late. So I'm going to go ahead and probably just keep doing it the same way. This is probably the last hike I'm going to have on this trip anyways. And probably try to film a little more with the Canon. But here's the stream, and we're going to keep moving. Oh, looks like we got a bridge coming up. Pretty nice one at that, man. I think this will make a great spot for a snack and some water. Oh yeah. made it to a trail post. It says that the White Oak Canyon Trail goes over that bridge. And then this is to the fire road, which we don't want. And it says the first falls is only 0.3 miles away. So that should mean we're about 2 miles in, making good time. I'm gonna go over and sit on this bridge and get that moleskin on, I think. All right, back on the trail, over the bridge and through the woods, so to speak. Ended up actually just duct taping my big toe because there was one of the Dr. Scholl's ones even starting to come off on that foot. So I just put the moleskin back on it and duct taped over it, wrapped it around my toe, just one layer, but that'll keep the moleskin in place and keep my feet happy. Alright, we're 0.1 miles from Upper Falls, and this is the start of it up here, I'm pretty sure. Alright, got another post coming up, which should mean this will be the overlook for Upper White Oak Canyon Falls. We got some people over there taking a look, so I'll switch to my other camera and get y'all some shots of that. Yeah, those are pretty big. Alright, so that was the view up top of the first falls. I looked at the post there for the trail, and it says 0.2 miles to base of First Falls, which is really cool. We can end up down at the bottom of those falls, and then 0.4 miles to the second falls. So I mean, it's an additional almost half mile all the way just to the second falls, and then the third falls is going to be at least that far away again. So if we go to the first, or the second falls I should say, that'll add 0.8 miles round trip, and then the base hike down to that view back there is 4.6 miles round trip. So just between the first and second falls and the way back, it'll add it'll be a total of like 5.4 miles, a little, almost 5.5 miles. So there should be a post down by the second falls that'll tell us how far the third falls is. But if it's like another 0.4 from the second falls to the third falls, I don't know if I'm really going to be down for doing 6.5 miles or whatever today. But yeah, we're gonna keep moving. I got this nice set of stairs put in for us here. Yeah, I mean, just look at this trail. Right down. Alright. Sounds like some water falling over here too. Oh yeah. Our own little not on the map waterfall. Looks like they used cement of some sort to cobblestone these stones down here on this path together. I'm guessing it's probably to fight erosion. This area looks pretty prone to it, I'm sure, especially when it's been raining. So hey, whoever put in that work for me, thank you. Now I've got a nice, fairly level, although downhill trail through the falls. Wow, so I just checked the time. I started on the trail at 2:30, and it's actually already about 4:15 now. So it's been almost 2 hours that we've been hiking. Gonna have to change plans again. I don't want to get back to the car any later than 6:30 because that's already going to put me back at camp at about sunset. So I'm just going to go a little further and see if I can find another view or falls, but not much further, because if it took me almost 2 hours to get down here, it's going to take me at least 2 hours to get back, and that already puts me back at the car at like 6:15 if I turned around now. So I'll just move a few more feet down this trail. It looks like there is a falls coming up. Might be Second Falls. Hopefully is, so I can see that. But otherwise, time constraints are coming up here and I might have to turn around. Alright, well, I ended up at the base of a falls. I'm not sure which. I think this is Second Falls. Yeah, because it's not the first falls. It's got to be Second Falls. Ah. Wow, that is beautiful. Let's see if I can get a little closer. Well, I'd say that's pretty close. That is awesome. Alright, well, as much as I'd love to continue down the trail, it is currently 4:30, so we got to start our climb. I made a little caffeine drink, powdered drink. I'm going to go ahead and get a slug of that down and start trying to get up this hill. It's going to be a battle. Alright, just grabbing a little more caffeine, put on a little music, as you might be able to hear. It's actually the first time I've had any music on the whole trip, but I find especially on moments like this, when you're going uphill, you're already sore, you're already tired, and you're just running out of energy, a little music can really help rekindle your spirits and give you some drive to finish out that trip. So I'm going to listen to a little bit of music on the way up, and shouldn't have probably more than a mile to go. We're making good progress. I can see some cars going by on Skyline Drive just up there, and I think I can see some cars that are in the parking lot too. So we are almost there. Whew. Tell you, they aren't joking when they say the return trip is strenuous and steep. It sure is. That was a workout. I earned my dinner, I'll tell you what. Yeah, so this will be the end of the hiking on this trip. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been a blast exploring around out here for me, I know that. This will be For the Love of Hiking signing off, and hoping that you guys will get out here and explore it some yourself. It is just gorgeous.